Turning, and we have Martisa Chisholm here, the nurse activist, and we're doing an extra innings episode, or maybe we'll call it overtime. We'll decide later, but let's go into it. There was still some info that we wanted to cover from the main show.
Okay, the group that I'm working with is part of National Nurses United, and it's called Fight to Win Medicare for All. On September the 18th, we did actions that all the, in 27 states against CVS because we found out that CVS is donating money against the Medicare for All fight. And, a lot of our union members, a lot of us, our contract, we have a contract with CVS for our medication. And so we did a action in those states. What we did was we took a bunch of receipts and we taped it to the doors at CVS in different states. And we put pressure on them. And we finally heard from them last week. And they didn't acknowledge us, but what they did say is that they're not working with this group, which was called Partnership for America's Healthcare Future, that they're not donating to them. So when you do action and you put pressure and you get the community involved, it moves mountains, right. And it helps the fight. So CVS heard us, they heard us, and they know we're out here. And they know we're not playing about Medicare for All. We're serious. And we're going to take them on. We're not afraid of corporation. We're not afraid of change. We're freedom fighters. And we're going to fight. Not only, are we fighting in D.C., but we're taking on corporation. And we took on CPS.
There we go. Yeah. We ended up taking, I say we, I wasn't there, but y'all ended up taking away some funding. Excellent.
Well, we got them to, come, to acknowledge us that they heard us, and they don't want no bad PR that they attack, because they know Medicare for All, the public wants it, right? And they don't want to be against the public. So they, how corporation, they'll acknowledge you and they'll apologize, but they still do it. But they know that we're watching them. And we're going to fight them.
That's right. What a great move. And this event and posts about it can be found here at the Facebook page, Fight to Win Medicare for All, right?
Yeah, because if you go to that link, you'll see all the signs, and we just posted it and we took pictures of it. And we hit a lot of CVS. So when their customer, walked in the store, they saw this list. Because I think we had 10,000 signatures. So it was like a long piece of paper with 10,000 signatures saying that we oppose CVS for taking money to stop Medicare for All. And they got the message.
I love that you're echoing the making fun of how long their receipts are as well. That's pretty great. So super creative.
So we're doing stuff. I mean, it's not getting out there. We're not talking about it, but we're doing a lot to win Medicare for All. And I just want to get that out there, and to let our volunteers know that we appreciate them. We appreciate, especially my young. I see you, and we appreciate you. All the volunteers, all the activists that supporting this cause. We really appreciate that, and I want the activists to know that know this, because a lot of they like unsung heroes, but I want to let them know, to me and to our union, they're not unsung. We hear them and we see them, and we want to thank them.
That's so beautiful. And these actions, I mean, that action doesn't sound, entirely difficult. Maybe a protest isn't up your alley where you're in the streets chanting, or maybe it's hot, maybe it's cold. But an action like this, sticking up some receipts on a CVS to tell them, hey, we see you, we see what you're doing. That sounds like fun. I
Yeah,
think most people would like that. So and that's a great way to show solidarity with your community,
right.
solidarity with the working class people who are going into debt because of Medicare for All, because of donations from CVS. So I love that. And I think a lot of people would enjoy coming out for something like that. I also wanted to highlight the other link that you mentioned, and that is this link, the Medicare for All group. But what is this link?
It's a link. When you link it to it, it tells you about our events. It tells you what we're doing every day too. So give you a daily update. And then they have little tabs like if you don't know anything about Medicare, to get information and resource. And it also give you information if you want to print handouts, to pass it to your family member. So it's an information link, and it also gives you an update of all the events, what we're doing, and if you want to join the movement, this is how you join the movement. It talks about our leadership school that we'll have next spring. But even if you don't want to do the leadership, just want to know what we're doing daily, month to month. This is where you go to find out, what are we doing to move, to fight for Medicare for all. So it gives you a daily, monthly update.
And this is says it's ran by National Nurses United. Can you tell us a little bit about this group, National Nurses United?
With National Nurses, we are a progressive union. We have 150,000 nurses, and we are one of the progressive. Not only are we fighting for ratios and work conditions, we also fight for social justice too, because we believe, because our patients, they are from the community, and we want to heal our patient, and we feel that we just can't help them heal in the hospital. We have to reach out to the community, and it's like a holistic. So we believe in working with the community, fighting for ratios for us, fighting for better working conditions, but we are a social justice labor organization. And we don't just talk the talk, we walk the talk.
That's right. That's right. And speaking of which, are there any future events coming up? We mentioned one that you guys recently did, which is a banger. I love it. What's coming up? What can we look forward to?
If you go on that link, we have a postcard, but we had the deadline to get a postcard is October 2nd. So if you go online, but we're holding a Medicare for All postcard parties all over October 5th, the 7th, and the 10th. And we have 4 Congress people that we're targeting. And one of the person is Joyce Beatty. She's the chairperson of the Black Caucus. So we're going after her, and so we'll be sending a postcard where you write your personal story, because all of us got a personal story.
Yeah.
So we'll send you 20 postcards, because we'll be on the Zoom together, filling out our postcard, listening to music, and if you want more than 20, you request that, but we'll be sending it in to these 4 districts to try to get them on board. That's our next target.
Yeah, and do you know anything about why postcards?
What the postcard? But we used the postcard in the Georgia elections when we helped the 2 senators, and it worked. And what we're finding is people like personal message, your personal story in your own personal handwriting, that moves voters. And so we want to send it. These are elected officials, so we want to send postcards with our personal stories, so they can know why we're supporting Medicare for All. And if we send like 10,000, 40,000, cars in, it's going to make them think about, oh my God, 40 people, 40 people is sending me a postcard. So that's why postcard, but we find voters like postcards.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is going directly to an office holder that we want to change their mind, change their position.
Well, it's three. I think I'm not for sure, but I just remember Ohio because I'm from the Midwest. Because in California, they're fighting for care. So I know a couple of the Congress people is from California. So it won't be your state. It'll be just the 4 people that that we identified that we need to go after.
So it's targeted collective action. And
Yeah.
I've heard from other campaigns that and their version was their version was calling in and doing phone banking to the representative's office. And they said that just 3 people calling about an issue, well, that might make a meeting where somebody brings up, oh, I had 3 of these. If 10 people call, especially on a local level, oh my gosh, we had 10 people call about this. If 100 people call, it is priority number 1. It will be dealt with at their next meeting, right? And how much more impactful is a written postcard with a personal story on it and having hundreds, if not thousands of personal stories sent to your office? That sounds amazing. That sounds super impactful. So I love this effort.
And this is some actions that like a lot of people don't like rallies. It's because of COVID too.
Right.
So, but I've done a car party and we had so much fun doing the car party together on the Zoom. Playing out music because we had a Christmas holiday car party.
Oh wow!
And it is so much fun. I mean, it was fun. I didn't even want it to end, but it is so much fun because you get to type in what song you want to play. They ask everybody that's on the call, you got a song. It was really fun, and we was take care of business too.
Yeah. And I highlighted in the main show, I'll highlight again, this is a place where you can make friends. This is a place where you can connect with people. You can be part of a community, part of a good action, and it makes you feel good in your soul. So I highly suggest people go out and do it. Martise, was there anything else you wanted to mention since we were lucky and pulled you in for another recording?
No, that's it.
We did it. We did.
But just remember, I mean, if you want to join the party, you could go, download your own. I think you'll be able to download your own cards, print it. And October the 5th, 7th, and 10th. And the dates are on their website that you're posting for them. Yep,
the Facebook page. I'll put it up one more time for folk. It's also going to be down in the description.
Yeah, and I'll be at these parties, and I look forward to seeing you all on Zoom.
There we go. Yeah, make sure you give a shout out to the show. Tell them this show sent me. There we go.
Okay.
And the whole Zoom will be like, oh, that show. Okay, we'll have to check that out. So the other website is here, and then Martise Chisholm, nurse activist, thank you so much for hopping on again, and we'll wrap up there. Make sure y'all stay out there, be good, be green, go join your community, have some fun.